This meeting is being live streamed. Let's play a game.
All right. What's up?
What's up, brother? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome, everybody. We're back at it again. Listen, everybody. Unfortunately, I cannot be revealing my identity to you all, which is why I have the mask on and I look like the Joker, but it's fine. We're here because we want to empower you men to combat these women that are destroying lives every day in society today. OGs, we have French and 007 here to give you the BAM, the wham, the thank you, ma'am. It's a pleasure being here with you all this lovely morning, wherever you are in the world. Right now, I'm in Africa. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the OG podcast is about to drop some truth on you. Today, Fresh, what are we talking about today?
Oh, what are we talking about? Oh, we're going to talk about casual sex and red pill sayings.
Fresh, turn on your camera.
Yeah, I'm doing something very quickly. I'll be back. Just take the mic for the time being. I'm just sorting
Oh,
out some technicalities.
oh, did you guys hear that? Technicalities. But no, guys, seriously, we're gonna be talking about one of the biggest things I'm noticing that's a big issue is men struggling to have casual sex. You guys can never get the woman you want unless you become the player first that's able to seduce different types of women so that you know what a quote unquote good woman is like. Because guys, there are good women. Here's the one thing about red pill that I completely disagree with. It says all women are the same. It's just your turn, or what? I don't know. What is it? It's the saying is, um, wait, she's just here for your whatever that is. Bro. If you know how to seduce women, get casual sex, you can see through all of that bullshit. All of that. That's why I disagree with the red pill in that sense. So today we're gonna talk about casual sex in a sense where, guys, when you are able to have casual sex, everything turns to play, everything is fun. You want to be having casual sex. It's gonna show you the type of woman that you actually want to be with. You can't go into dating thinking, oh, I'm gonna try to like be with this person for X amount of no. It's like you date, okay, snipe that bitch. Casual sex, casual sex, casual sex. Take a step back, assess. Okay, out of which qualities on this girl was it Jessica, Marie, fucking Charlotte, like which one do I like the most? Because now that sex is out of the way, you can determine okay which girl is best for me and my life. And how to get casual sex is a whole art form in itself. It's about presentation. How are you presenting yourself on the date? Are you telling her? What kind of man does she feel for you to be? You must understand that it's
Right.
key. So when you all are living about in your life and you meet a girl, let's say you meet Debbie. You walk up to Debbie and you do a cold approach. And you walk up and you say, "Hey, Debbie, I saw you over there, thought you looked pretty cute, wanted to see if you had some humor to match the looks." You 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 get the open already she's in play mode. She's ready to play. You get what I'm saying? When you do that, you get the number, you have some banter. Okay, most women are so used to guys being so logical. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're not used to the guy who's very casual. It's like, oh, Debbie, like, yeah, 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 that's cool. So Debbie, what do you look like you snowboard. You look so white. It's you're joking. You see how dismissive I am? I'm like, yeah, Debbie, whatever. So Debbie, you and I would be so hot, but I don't know if we'd work out. And then you see how I'm being direct, but I'm like dismissive with my. All the hot girls do this. You guys don't like. If you guys sit and watch life, all the hot girls just you're just like talking, and they're like, oh yeah, yeah, you want my number? Sure, take my number. That's what all the hot girls do. The hot girls never are like, like how men are. Men were like, yeah, 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 yeah. But when you do that, you're too direct. You're too like, you're like, hey, can I get your number? Like you're when you're direct and dismissive, it's like, yeah, Debbie, so I would fuck the shit out of you. But I don't know. I feel like you're the clingy type. You look like the clingy type. And you see how I'm dismissive? I'm like, I want you, but I don't need you. That's the key. Like it's like you're saying your words are very direct. You're a man, but your behavior is I'm dismissive. I'm like oh whatever. I'm here or there. I can take you out or not. I really don't care. That's the power of direct dismissive. The dating coaches has you guys doing things in a step by step format. Oh, attraction. Yes, that. What I and me and French, we have the same but similar views, but encompassing the same things. Congruency with who you are and yourself. When you are an archetype, a character you are, and you implement the direct, dismissive, playful way, you can be that archetype. Like me, I'm like the charismatic. I command presence, and that's just my personality type. But I'm like direct, dismissive. I'm like, yo, Jim, nice shirt, bro. You're fucking swole. Like, and I just say it, but I'm not like, yo, Jim. Like, I'm not seeking validation from from the compliment. I'm just like, yeah, Jim, you're fucking swole, man. And I'm looking away. I'm like, oh, you're cute. Oh, you got sexy ass lips. Where you from? Yeah, you from there. Oh, Amy. So, Amy, let me tell you something. You look so enchanting to me. Okay, are you from like Nebraska? You give me like Southern Belle vibe. She starts giggling. It's so double seven. I'm like, okay, I have you laughing like a little schoolgirl now. Okay, so Amy, when we live together, are you gonna be? Do you have bratty roommates, or am I gonna have to deal with bratty roommates or no? No. You see how like all of this is like thought inception. It's baked into the statement. This is how you get casual sex, guys. Is when you like talk to a bitch like this because she sees you as oh shit, like this guy is like not really. He doesn't really need my pussy. He wants it, but he doesn't need my pussy. I gotta fuck him. But when you're a guy that what do you do for work? Like do you are you like fucking fuck I work at the tech company. Like when you do that, she can feel your oh like I want the pussy. But when you're just like, oh sure. So Amy, right? Yes. I met another girl like Amy yesterday. She was more my type, like as far as looks wise. You're cute. I like your personality. Do you see how I just push pull, direct, dismissive? Like that's the game. Because now she wants to come to you. Guys, listen. You'll never ever get the girl by chasing her too much. You're a man, so you gotta pursue, but you'll never get more bitches if you're direct on direct. Amy, I wanna fuck. No, that doesn't work. Amy, I would love to be inside of you. I just feel like you're clingy. Anyways, so isn't the way we met tonight so wonderful? Like me and you just connect so well, right? I feel like we're like a movie right now. What's your favorite movie, Amy? The Lion King? Oh, I'm like Scar. I'm like the villain. You're like the little princess. The little princess lion. I've gotta say. Do you see what like I'm coming up with this off top of my head because this is how I talk to women casually. Direct dismissive casually. And they love it because I'm like okay I met this guy right because guys I worked as a bouncer for like 5 days before I got fired. Fun fact about 007. I met this one guy, and we did. He said he was playing rock paper scissors shoot, right? And he was like rock paper viper, and he like fucking went like this to the bitch, and I was like, what the fuck? And the girl's like, oh my god. She's laughing, and then he goes to the bartender. Yeah, let me get a thing like this, like this. He ignores the girl, like he ignores her. He forgets she's here. She's like this, like a dog, like no more, more, more. I'm like so like they're interesting, and he's just like entertained by whatever's going on here. That's when it clicked in my mind. It's like, oh, hottest girl in the bar, hottest girl. This guy doesn't. He's not a Chad. He's just like some businessman, and he's like rock paper viper bitch, and she's wet, and he's just like yeah, 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 whatever. Yeah. And I'm watching, and she's like begging for his attention. This is how you get casual sex. What's your viewpoint, friends? I was
No,
cooking for a
no, it
little.
works. It works. This strategy works because you're giving the bait, the biting, and then afterwards you retract, and then they'd be like, "Well, hold on, I'm in the middle of it. I want more." You open the loop, and the loop is yet to be closed. And from the
Exactly.
moment that you give them the validation, then the transaction is finished. I.e., oh well, I've got what I wanted from him. I know I can get him. So what do I get more from him? Potentially, well, not much because I can get him. She cannot work for you. Um,
Yep.
Whenever, for example, you approach a girl, say for example, hey Emma, well, actually, I don't even know her name. It's I'll give you an example. I was actually once walking down the street around my neighborhood, night walk, just to basically get my steps in. And then I see this girl with her friend, and they were like giggling and all this and all that. And I was on the phone with my bro, and I had like my headset and shit. And I said to my friend, I was like, "Yo, man, just give me a sec, give me a sec. Take this," and it's like, and then I approached like there was a blonde girl and a brunette. I wanted the blonde girl.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
basically, and I saw the brunette was kind of like, I don't know, I just got that vibe that she was a leader. And I said,
Uh,
and I was like, and I said to the brunette, "Hey, look, I'm just on the phone right now, but I quite like your friend. You mind if I just give me like 30 seconds, 1 minute, just so I can talk to her?"
yep,
And she
yep.
was like, and she was laughing. So, yeah, yeah, go ahead. All right, look, I'm on the phone. All right, look, I'm on the phone right now. Don't have much time, but I just the way you look right here, right then. Let's set up a time for us to get to know one another.
Yep.
They were a bit chirpy, that a bit to drink, but whatever. And she was like, "Well, you're ballsy. Well, you're
Hmm.
ballsy." And I said, "Well, yeah, I put my balls on the table. What up?" And she was like, "I don't know. That's so straight. That's so random." And I'm like, "All right." And then basically, I turned off the call with my friend. I was like, "Look, I just turned off the call with my friend, so you better put your number right there." And then I put my number there, my phone there, and be like, "Put your number there." All right, what's your name? Oh, Emma. All right, cool. And basically, I texted her, and then we met up the next day. Simple. Didn't
Yeah,
have to do much.
it's so casual.
And it's like you act entitled. You don't mumble your words. You're like, you know what? You're chill with a friend, so she doesn't talk about you, but you already let it out first.
Yeah.
And then you basically be like, you know what? It's not a big deal, whatever. It's like, and on top of that, there was also the time constraint that I was not gonna be too time eating in terms of like I would not take too much of their time. So I was kind of like
Yep.
because they're put their guard downs, and that's kind of like old PUA stuff. But long story short, you don't have to overcomplicate yourself. A lot of time is just a matter of is she available? Is she in a good mood? And if you already have those two things, you've got a lot of the hard work done for you. But you won't be able to get those two things if you if you don't approach enough. It's as simple as that.
And let me get something clear. I want you guys to understand. The second you think dating and picking up women is hard is the second you fuck up. It's not supposed to be some archaic fucking science that the dating coaches teach you. Oh, you gotta, did you see what French just said? He said, Emma. He's like, woman, come here, woman. Give me, I'm talking to your friend. Okay, give me a second. I like your blouse, Jessica. Okay, you're cute, whatever. Number on the phone, that's it. He's just being direct, dismissive, aloof. Okay, that's it. But the second you make it hard, oh, I gotta do too much, you're over gaming it. You're over gaming it when it's already there. Lower value people, lower value men tend to overgame. Higher value, more confident guys, we're very direct, dismissive, playful. We get on our mission, we get on about the world. We say, hey, look, Emma, I gotta head off to a friend. Can I get your number? Or put your number in my phone. Let's go set shit up. Let's make shit happen. Guys, the girls that like you are just gonna do it. The girls that don't, oh, this are gonna give you objections. Leave them alone. The ones that like you are just gonna do it. There's not gonna be any fuss or mess about it. There's not
And
gonna be a there's not gonna be a whole fucking event about you getting her fucking number to go out for a simple drink. It's not gonna be you want my number? I don't give it out to anybody. Stay away from those girls, bro.
and, and I'd like to add the reason why it's easy, whether it's for you, whether it's for me, it's because everything is already there. I put a lot of stuff on Twitter about mindset because the mindset has actually helped me not even having to overgame, not even having to do any of that. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because my communication is 90% nonverbal.
Yes! Fuck!
90% nonverbal. So it's about 45% is body language, 45% is tonality. So when you incorporate your belief system inside your head, you can basically say very little, but you will communicate so much. And that's what you need to understand whenever you get in touch, you interact with a woman, she will judge you more on how you interact rather than on what you say. You can say the same thing under a completely different frame, a needy
Oh,
frame, or the direct dismissive, as you like to call it. The response will be totally different. But it's only from the moment you understand the mindset, you need to basically do the hardcore work in there, right? There's also another school of thought, which is you can try to replicate what you see someone doing successful and see whether or not it works with you, and then basically do the work afterwards. That's what I did back in the RSD days. But it may work with you, but it may not work with you. Sometimes you need to work down here, up here, in order to get down there. If you see what I
yeah,
mean.
no, true. I'm like you. I worked. I did the harder route. I think we did. I worked inner first. The outer game of how I express it. Yes, there's game in it, but I'm so free that I don't think about this shit. It's just so ingrained in me from me understanding women that I don't have to consciously think about it. And this is why I tell you guys, if you want more casual sex, you got to be more of a casual, fun, playful guy. The casual, fun, playful guy starts off on the inner, just as the mindset of, you know what? I'm a caveman roaming the world. If you like it, good. If you don't, it's okay. Women can feel when you're exuding this energy off of you, and it's beautiful. They're like, okay, women are hardwired in their mind to run away from the murderers, killers, and everything. They're hardwired because they have to protect the kids. Red pill people get mad at women. Oh, they're hypergamous. They're hypergamous it's their nature. They're by nature, women are built for this. So your job as a player, you have to lower that anxiety. You lower it by being non-needy, by being dismissive, by saying I want you but I don't need you, because then it lowers her anxiety. When you tell a girl, hey, we're Debbie, we're so hot, but we could never date. She's like, wait, what do you mean we couldn't date? What? He's the first guy to ever say, like, he's shooting himself in the foot. He doesn't care about my opinion. You lower her anxiety by doing that because now she doesn't feel like you want her that much. It's better that way. It's more casual.
It's interesting what you're saying upon anxiety because I understand what you're saying, where basically like, oh, you're not a murderer, you're not a killer, you're not all of this, and that
Yeah,
lowers anxiety. But at the same time, you increase her anxiety because of the confidence or the self-esteem she has, which is very highly dependent upon external. By you creating that gap in terms of validation, you increase her anxiety, as in, I need to fill that gap because otherwise I will not. And you hold the key for it. And from that perspective, you increase her anxiety, but in a good way. You decrease it for the bad anxiety, which is,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
it might be killing me. But at the same time, you increase it. So it's just wanted to add, but not basically disagreeing with anything you said. Just
No, you're disagreeing, Prince. Listen, let me explain to you. No, listen, motherfucker. So you have to increase. Yes, you increase anxiety by because that's attraction. Attraction is increasing anxiety. Like by nature, you're increasing her anxiety for social validation. But what the nuance to it is simply this: when you're on a date and you're like, let's just talk about what you said. I'm gonna prove a point. You said 90% of communication is what?
nonverbal.
If watch this. If you're on a date and you're just looking at her like this, and you're like, yeah, so, and you're talking to her very like this, you know what she's thinking? Why is she so focused on me? Like, what? Do I have a pimple on my face? You see how the body language of this is very confrontational, which is why they say on dates, never sit across. It's confrontational. If I look at someone like this, I'm fucking black. I'm already black. Like, what the fuck? They're already scared. But if you're looking at a girl like this is confrontational. Watch this. As soon as you, yeah. Cool. Oh, so yeah, you did say that pharmacy. That's cute. That's cute. No, what's your sign? Oh, we definitely argued. Have so much. Do you see this body language? If communication is 90%, compare this to who gets more pussy? The guy who's like, he's used to it. Yeah, that'd be cool. You're so cute. This guy right here is winning her over because now she's sucked into what? Like she's sucked into like, oh my god, he's not even. It lowers her anxiety because you're not like, yeah. So what do you do for work? You're not like here. Most of you guys are thinking about the content of what you're saying when French just said if communication is 90% nonverbal, why the fuck would you sit across from a date like this? Yeah, so, yeah, oh, yeah, well, yeah. Why wouldn't you be a player who gets casual sex and just be like, yeah, Debbie, I'd fuck the shit out of you. But I'm not too sure. Like, you see how it's just, if it's 90% nonverbal, lean back, be direct, be dismissive, lower her anxiety, pull her into your frame.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
you guys are going on dates, and what you're doing is you're not really gauging the woman's anxiety levels. You're actually like you're increasing it by being too focused on her, like on a goal, and it raises her anxiety. That's why you gotta push pull. That's why you gotta I hate the word negging, bro. It's fucking stupid. It's not. I don't hate to say the word. You gotta like give her a reason and like reverse psychology of why it wouldn't work out. For example, yo, Debbie, I don't like we could never actually date, I don't think, because I wake up and I'm passionate. Like I just wake up passionate as fuck. And if I see you laying on the bed, I just wanna like strangle your ass and tell you to get up. Like it's so crazy. Then she's gonna come up with reasons why. No, but I'm passionate too. It makes her qualify. It lowers her anxiety that you don't have the end goal of just trying to fuck her.
he wants to feel that she's earning you. That's what's the most important thing. If she can't work for
Exactly.
you, you're not worth it. You're not valuable. Uh,
Exactly.
making a good transition because you were talking about hypergamy and um, how it's just their nature, and you just got to play into it rather than bitch about it.
Hmm.
It's actually interesting because Kate from Twitter, who we interact with on a regular, basically wanted us to discuss about some sayings from the red pill. So I'm just going to share the screen of some of the sayings of the red pill and what she said about it. Let me just go and share the screen. Give me a sec. Up. It's fine. Up. So, what she says is guys who don't fuck and the things they say. The
Hmm.
wall, 0 eggs, lock and key, um, the lock and key metaphor. Cock carousel, cat ladies, box wine loneliness, pump and dump by Chad and Tyrone, Kent pair bond, OK Cupid study, Bumble height figures, Alpha Widow, beatboxing.
Oh
What do you
my
think of that?
God. Yo, here's where I bring to you guys, like, as a man, think about this for a second. We men are so logical, and the red pill, I know you guys are logical motherfuckers because you came up with words to explain the girls that have rejected you. This is what this is. I think about it. Red pill has come up with words as to why females have rejected you so that you can cope with it. Okay, the wall. It's true. This is a given thing. Women, after a certain age, they start to hit an age where they can't reproduce like they usually do. So their sexual market value decreases. So, okay, fine. Makes sense. Whatever. 0 eggs, locking. Like, guys, you got to get out of these archaic terms because they're just going to hinder you. You're just gonna be like, you're just gonna be looking at girls like, oh, did she hit the wall? Oh, you okay? So you're pumped and dumped by bro. Just interact with the bitch, and if you like her, cool. And if you don't, move the fuck on. Who cares about these words? Who gives a fuck? Cock carousel, bitch. Do you want to be the? Can I be the next in line? Let me wear 3 condoms though. Let me wear 3 condoms. Like cat ladies boxed by wine loneliness. How fat is that ass? Can we have wine and then fucking fuck like guys? Don't get caught up in this shit because when I meet red pill guys and they say this shit, they're like, "Yeah, bro. So what do you think about Beta Bucks? Dude, he's so beta fucking." I'm like, bro. First off, why do you care about what another man is doing? Beta Bucks. I get what you're saying. You're trying to say, oh, he's a guy who's okay. Just say he's like, you know, like what are you saying it for though? He's Beta Bucks, and are you in his life? What do you care? Just like, what do you care? Why are you telling me this? Pumped and dumped by Chad and Tyrone? Are you mad that Chad and Tyrone like that's what they do when they're young? That's what they fucking do. They fuck the guys that give them the. Here's the thing that give them the casual sex. You guys get you guys get so ingrained by Chad and Tyrone's that you don't understand that there's Chads and Tyrones that don't look that good, bro. They just get casual sex because of their vibe. Like you got like just because you're good looking doesn't mean you get pussy. I was that guy. I look like a Greek god if you guys actually saw me, but I used to never get pussy. So I'm debunking the own fucking myth. I was a Tyrone. I got no pussy. But when I changed my vibe, I started to fuck more. Can't pair bond. She's just a whore. What are we saying? Can't. It sounds weird. Oh, so you can't pair. You're just a whore. Whores get fucked too with 8 condoms on. That's it. I hate this fucking shit. This like, bro. I want to connect with my human beings, not with this fucking red pill bullshit. What do you feel, French?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you're not going to talk about this stuff to a girl. Like, this is red pill spurging. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And guys
Um,
do talk about this with girls, French. They do say this shit with women. You know
oh
that,
my
right?
God, this is completely retarded. I mean, look, red pill has its use, but not when it comes to dating. And personally, whenever I got into the red pill and the black pill, my dating results or my hookups felt the number fell because I was I'd ingrained in it in the mindset. And what happens is that you use a lot of male projection uh,
Mm, mm.
behavior from the red pill. Not saying the red pill is bad. I'm saying that if you get too much obsessed with it, then it will eat you from within. And the same thing with the black pill. I think there are some interesting teaching with both of them. When you use those words, generally, I use them more on a colloquial basis with friends to basically mention to try to basically bring forward an imagery that people can understand because it's kind of like simple concepts. But do I believe that those things stand? Yeah, most of them, yeah, 100%. But do I let that drive my interaction with women? No. At the end of the day, whether you take women seriously or not, you should definitely not take them seriously.
Yep.
FYI. Um, what does it fucking matter? Because at the end of the day, if you look at, I would say, for me, the conclusion I'd get from the red pill is it's kind of a lost battle to try to go and get a relationship with a woman, understanding her dynamics and the current way of the world, and depends upon what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for, I know that a woman cannot bring that to me really. When you go beyond sex, so
Yep.
for me, it's kind of like, okay, well, I understand those concepts, fine, but if I want something casual, I'll just basically throw that away and just basically put my game hat and that's it. But I won't forget about this because what you found is in the early days with the PUAs is they didn't have the red pill knowledge and they continued on being PUA after, I mean, having the PUA mindset within a relationship. And when you're in a
Oh,
relationship, the PUA mindset doesn't work because there are many more variables and dynamics that you need to take into consideration. Um, for me, that's why red pill for game, if you want to bang bitches, it's like it's going to be a net negative. But it's
yeah.
good to have that in the back of your head, in the back of your mind, whenever you're dealing with something a little bit more serious. Otherwise, you're going to end up like Mystery or Style, which were the people that were in game and got completely rinsed and soaked and ended up being the big simps. That's where it has used. But again, it is to use with moderation because otherwise you're gonna have red pill rage and it's gonna eat you from within. Uh, don't use red pill for game. That's what I'll say because otherwise it'll make you bitter, it'll make you vindictive, and what you will try to get from the woman will the way you're going to portray yourself. Either you're going to portray yourself as someone that doesn't have good energy, or even if you're trying to have good energy, what you'll be seeking from them will create that neediness, and that's not good. It's not good altogether. So
No.
in terms of the world, does it exist? Yeah. 0 X, well, it's a bit of an exaggeration, but you know, lock and key. Well, of course, because a woman that gives away herself too easily, well, is a poor luck. Whereas if you're a player, because you don't get pussy easily, you have to work to become a player. Then you uh, then you have some type of skill set, which obviously competence is being revered by other men. When it comes to cat ladies and box of wine and loneliness, I don't know, to be honest, and it's not my problem. I don't care.
Yeah.
Pump and dump
Okay.
by Chad and Tyrone's. Yeah, well, there are some people that are part of the lucky few, and it is what it is, and they play game on easy mode. If you're not a Chad and Tyrone, well, you need to learn game and you need to display yourself well, and you need to basically understand good communication and psychology in order to get into the head of women.
Yeah, but
Uh,
do you see how the way you frame that is much better than just coping? Oh, I pumped it up. Like you just said something that proves everything. You said pumped and dumped by Chad and Tyrone. yeah, some people are, yeah, they're lucky they have great looks, but if that's not you, learn game, learn yourself, work on your charisma, work on these things, then that's all you see how you frame that much better than the red pill, like, oh no, this is not something that I try to chat on. I'm just gonna cope with that. No. You say, how am I gonna get better? How do I get more charismatic? How do I learn more game so that I can fuck the girls that like me?
Exactly. It's thing is when you use the red pill or the black pill as a reason or as a validation for you to not do shit, then it's only inflicted helplessness. It's
Yeah,
like can't pair bond. Well, there's some validity to it because when you after a certain amount of digs that you got, you it's like a boxer. It's like how many what's the likeliness of you making a mark and imprinting yourself on her if she's had 50 people behind before you, 30, 40, 60? The higher the number, the bigger the lower the likeliness. Like a boxer, the more people you're gonna fight, the more chances you're gonna lose. Okay, Cupid study. I mean, I don't like. Yeah, it will tell you some stuff from the black pill, but at the end of the day, it is an app, and with an app, you cannot use your personality that much.
yeah, exactly.
She's already sold on you.
Yeah,
Um, when it comes to Bumble height filters, again, same thing. Because you're on a dating app, what's going to happen is that everything will revolve around the superficial. So
yeah,
yeah, again, it has some validity, but are you going to use that as a crutch for you to not do anything? Well, that's a personal choice you have to make. But then don't complain about the outcomes if you decide not to do shit. Uh,
exactly.
Alpha Widow. So I made a post this week about alpha widowing and war brides. So war brides is the ability for women to move from one man to the next in order to for their own survival purposes. But alpha widowing is when a guy has made an imprint on a woman, so that basically what happens is that woman, even though she's not with that guy, still live within the ghost of that guy. And both concepts can work together in a way where war brides basically will move on and most likely will move on to a guy that will focus more on the beta bucks. And I'm doing the last side of the equation, the last side of the last point. The beta bucks, they'll most likely move to the beta buck side of the hypergamic equation, but most likely it will be at the expense of the guy picking her up because what happens is she'll most likely have someone that she will compare him to from her past. And even though she made the decision to go with the beta bucks, she will always resent that beta bucks because he doesn't meet the criteria, he doesn't meet the threshold of where the guy from the path that she left, or maybe he left her, who knows, um, left on her. It's you'll find girls that, and when it comes to alpha widowing, it doesn't necessarily need to be a long-term relationship. It can be a relatively short-term or even a few hookups, but the guy dicked her down so well. Like, the thing is, I don't talk out of my ass. I've been speaking with enough girls to know that this shit is real, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it is against or evolvic need of basically finding the right fit in order to survive. But at the same time, it goes back to pair bonding. Is the more damages she had from past relationships, the less likely she'll be able to pair bond because she'll have more buffers inside in order to not suffer from what she had in the past. So that's what my take on this whole thing. This is just to try and understand why a certain girl is a certain way whenever you interact with her. This is not for you to communicate. This is not for you to judge. It is just for you to assess and adapt accordingly. That's it. And don't get involved or don't even try to read too much into it because you're not going to get the outcome you want and you're more likely going to fuck yourself up.
Guys, when you, how Francis explained that is how you should look at the red pill. It should just bring awareness upon a situation. It doesn't affect how you operate in that situation. You're just aware. When you're dealing with women, you never take them seriously. You play your game. You're teasing her, you're being that older brother, but authoritative. You're showing her you're the man, you're direct. For the most part, when you get into the relationship phase, I would say the awareness of knowing, okay, I'm not about to compensate my mission for this girl. Like those are the fine lines of how you keep a woman is by putting your mission first. When you put your mission first, though, that means okay, not my money's not gonna go to all to this girl. You're selfish. They love arrogant, selfish men. You just gotta get that through your head. So the red pill brings you only to awareness. That's it. Don't let it be a personality trait. Don't let it be, oh, like this is the end all be all. Just let it bring awareness to you. That's it.
Going back to what the other question, the two questions she asked was so men projecting how they think of sex into a woman, and PUA accounts basically she fucks loser, she gets alpha widowed by your dick, she's going to compete, to be competing, to be top plate. So going on the first question, when she mentioned men projecting how they think of sex into women, what I suppose she means is because we view sex so highly, we expect women to view sex so highly when it comes to the importance that she gives of sex when it comes to interacting to a guy. What do you think?
This is how evolution. I'm giving you guys what it is. This is not how I think. This is what it is. When you sex, you are, dude. You're a man. A girl wants to bow down to your man, and I know there's accounts that say, "Oh, make women comfortable and tend to them." Guys, do you know women want to? They want rough sex. Read romance novels. Women want to be. I don't. This is not even. I'm not even like any sex coach or anything. When you hold back in your sexual desires for a woman, she gets dried up. But when you're a caveman towards her, she gets so wet. They're mental creatures. Like, bro, my sex game sucks. I'm so bad at sex. But where I'm good at is what like I like my stories. Like I tell these vicious stories to her. So she's having an orgasm from my words. And then my dick finished. I'm black, but my dick's not even that big, bro. My dick's like medium. Like it's the mental psyche of how you, that's how real players get women. They use that like mental. Why do you think when you're quiet during sex, it's weird? She wants you to say these vicious words to her, and sex is mental. It's in the psyche. Not how big your dick is. What the fuck? Who cares? Like just because your dick is big, what the fuck? What the fuck does that mean? Like it's a mental thing, and you don't ever project anything onto a woman. You just do. When men project, oh, I get all the bitches, you probably don't. Your the projection should be shown through your behavior. You don't like say like before you have sex, oh baby girl, I'm gonna fucking tie you. No, you just do it. When you project, you're projecting insecurity. Like projecting in itself is like you're insecure, so you have to project it. Oh yeah, I'm sexy, I'm handsome. You're projecting. Maybe you don't really feel that way. You just do. Like no guy has ever gotten pushy by like, yeah, when I get you in that bedroom, I'm gonna throw your ass around like a rag doll. That's projecting. Just do it. And I think most guys they just project too much. And I think that's where she's right. Like stop projecting of how you think about sex and do it.
So my take on this is she's right, but she's not right at the same time. Uh, on the one hand, she's right because when you look about it, sex is the easiest thing a woman can get from men because
Yep.
almost every man will say, "Yeah, I'm gonna go for it." So basically, it doesn't necessarily hold that much value when it comes to her per se. So in order for her to give sex, she needs to get something from it. Maybe sometimes she's just horny and she just want to get her, she want to have a nice ride. Fine. Maybe sometimes you just need to trigger that stuff in order for her to feel wet and just basically want to do it.
Yeah.
So on that front, yeah, 100%. But at the same time, you cannot say that sex is meaningless to them. Otherwise, it would not make guys wait to get it. Because
Yeah. Yeah.
if it has no value to them, they are very full aware that it has value to the man. So on the one hand, because it has value to the man, it has value to her. The reason behind the idea of men projecting how they think sex into a woman in terms of, oh, she really likes me, she gives me sex. It can be, it cannot be. But you'll find that if a girl likes a guy after she has sex with a guy, she knows she's in deep doo doo. Doo
Mm-hmm.
doo bye. No, joking aside. She's in deep doo doo because she will have, not only she already knew she liked the guy, but she'll have even more an attachment to the guy because she will have given herself away. And I'm speaking with girls that ask for advice after they've basically been pump and dump. It's like, how can I get this guy back? And everything. It's like, all right, well, hold on. Basically, I ask, it's like, so you met this guy. Okay, fine. How long have you been with this guy? And oh, just over a few days, and we met once, twice, and everything. And okay, fine, good. And then what happened? Well, we had sex, and then he started acting like a dick. And okay, fine. And what do you want? Well, I want to see him again. All right, all right. Well, what has he said? Blah, 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 blah. And at the end of the day, she already liked the guy. It was not the sex that basically made it even more. It's the sex. I mean, that it's not the sex that made it her like the guy. It was the sex and created even more of a deeper attachment. And then what happens is when you're a guy, whether if you want to know, especially in the early days, whether or not you're gonna have a shot with a girl, it's about how fast she gives the sex to you. Because at the end of the day, she knows she's gonna get bored at one point because she has so many options whatsoever. So by just logic, and that's not even logic from a conscious perspective on her end, but by just logic, because she has to deal with so many different guys, she'll have to basically make discrimination in terms of the treatment that she gives to each and other guys. Some she will go on a date, some she'll basically just use for attention on DMs, and some she will lay with. But then there's also two different type of guys that she will lay with. It will be the fun guy because she was drunk and she was with her friend and it was the right time of the month. And basically she felt like clap, clap, boom, boom, great. But then on the other hand, it's like it could be a guy that she really, really likes and she couldn't hold it out. And some girls will say, yeah, they can hold out for a guy they really like. Look, desire cannot be controlled. If the guy
Yeah.
knows how to fucking play the game, he'll get the bitch whichever way.
Yeah.
And especially if she feels she can lose him, and that's the main thing. If she feels she can lose him because he's not being playing the comfort side, or because he created that dread, that anxiety within inside the interaction, she knows she has to be on her toes. And from the moment that she knows that she's on her toes, she's working for his approval. And what is the best way for her to give herself is to give her power away. And how she gives her power away is how she basically is giving up the only leverage that she has, which is sex, and that's it.
Yeah.
So on the one hand, she's right. On the one hand, she's not. So that's for my take on number one. Um, then on, so what's your take on basically PUA guys say, well, it doesn't have to be that great. A guy, she will fuck losers. She gets alpha widowed by your dick. She's going to compete to be top plate. Those type of stuff about how guys view themselves and how women view it.
Hmm. Listen, I don't I don't even associate myself as being a pickup artist because what essentially this is saying to me is it puts you in a constant state of logical neediness. What I mean is when you think this way, that means you're in your psyche is gonna be so logical by every move you do with the woman. Every move you do, you're gonna think, okay, okay, okay. No, bro, she fucks losers. Those losers are probably fun and just made her feel like he was better, so she fucked him. Like, bro, y'all gotta stop with the fucking words and sayings, bro. It gets you in your head. When you look at these PUA accounts and red pill accounts, bro, it makes you logical about your dating life, bro. Your dating life just comes down to your energy, bro. She's gonna compete with top play. Okay, let me go to my book. Did I make sure I told her this? And okay, I gotta make her feel dread. I gotta do this, bro. Why would you want to live that way? Do you want your whole world to revolve around also just women? Just like, okay, I'm gonna, bro. You know, there's a side of your life where you're at yacht parties hanging out with top people in the industry you're in. There's a rooftop party that you can be at, enjoying your life. Then women are just secondhand, bro. But when you make your life's work, oh, I gotta figure out if I'm the top player. Is she gonna get alpha widows when I did this move? Dude, you're so in your head. Her second question for me is just, dude, get out your fucking head. Make your dating life easy by just bringing good energy, bro. Understand female psychology and then just go with it.
I think you hit the nail on the head on that thing where if you get too much stuck into what the red pill, what the black pill, where basically what's happening in the framework of the red pill right now. You're too much in your head. You just don't actually get to enjoy shit, and that is very key. And I think that's one of the key things that basically fucked my game up for a few months when I was like in the process of learning it all. Um, it you cannot let go. You cannot. Thing is, do you even care whether you're, you know, whether you're a top guy, whether you're not a top guy,
Yeah.
whatever. Like it works on your competitive nature, and you're like, you know what, fuck this shit. I just want to fucking get laid, and like, I could be fucking the loser on the last roll call when the bar closed, or I could be the guy that she basically been fantasizing for God knows how many years. At the end of the day, you want to have fun, and if you have to have fun, it's like you've got to detach yourself from all those concepts. So what you're saying is definitely on point when it comes to game and when it comes to dating. In terms of she fucks losers. Yeah, she'll fuck losers because basically right place, right time, and you don't necessarily need to be the top dog whatsoever.
Yeah, bro.
It's like look, I, I remember I fucked an OnlyFans girl because I was at right place, right time. That's it. You know,
Exactly. You're not over here fucking. It's like, yeah,
like
bro.
she must be making. I mean, I think I remember she was telling me like marketing company basically was offering 50K a month retainer. I'm like, fucking mental. Like, whatever. I'm not definitely not on that money, but that's, just right place, right time. So she'll fuck losers. Yeah. Doesn't necessarily means that, and obviously losers is what? Is that an absolute term or is it a resolute term, relative term, where I'm the winner to someone else, but I'll be a loser to someone else. So at the same time, it's like, I think what she means is compared to the girl, will she fuck below her standard, her usual standard, based upon her ranking? Yeah, right place, right time. She gets alpha widowed by the.
But that's the
I
thing too.
mean,
It's like right place, right time. When you're right place, right time, when you're always the guy that's in the right place, it's always the right fucking time for that girl. Right?
yeah,
If right place, if you're always the right guy, the right energy at the right time, it's always going to be time. That's why I tell you guys, flirt with the world. Right, bro, always be at the right place internally so it's the right time whenever you are. I can
that's
go
it.
to I can go to brunch right now and tell and be I'm just yo ladies, listen. Are we playing Bachelorette? Cause this y'all are all cute. They are like, whoa, like who are like I'm always at the right place.
Yeah,
Inside.
yeah, yeah. Being always at the right place, but not being at the right time. Never heard that before, but it definitely makes sense. Yeah, and she's going to compete to be the top plate. Not necessarily. Sometimes she will, sometimes she won't. Depends upon how well and how much she likes you. And it's as simple as that. And she has also on plates. I mean, not every girl has plates, but the one that do, if they can't find what they want out of you, they'll basically put you down on their pecking order. And generally, the more masculine the girl is, the more likely she's gonna have plates. Uh, on the other hand, you know, there'll be some girls that will want to basically want to be the top plate. Really depends upon where you stand in the ranking. So I don't think it's a like with a lot of the things that is being shared on Twitter. It's not all black or white, and it
Yeah,
can be
yeah.
dependent upon the girl. Um, but trying to cast a full-on blown image on a specific thing, and also there are some of those sayings that are being there to actually help guys out to actually get out of their own fucking head in order to kind of like, I wouldn't say cope, but just address challenges that they may be facing from a mental headspace, so that they have to believe in it in order for them to replicate and reflect that onto
Yep.
them. And
Yep. Facts.
and what's the point of actually sharing that, unless basically her strategy is to make guys feel less, so that she can, as part of a sexual strategy, to basically make them not realize their own worth. But
But
at the end of
if
the
you know
day,
your own worth, you're not basing it off of her either. If you know your own worth and you've done the work inside, you don't care what that woman or that young lady thinks.
yeah, I mean, look, the thing is, what she brings are valid type of questions. The thing is, it's like you must not look at only from a pro male perspective or from a pro female perspective. Generally, the truth lies in between. That's it. Yeah.
Wow.
Hold on. I'm just gonna stop sharing the screen. All right.
It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me, guys, because we're going. Listen, we're going against a lot of people like that have a certain ideology, and we're proving that this shit is it's true. Like we're proving it because now we're in a day and age, guys, where your red pill mechanics is not gonna work. Like your red pill and your PUA shit, it's not gonna work in either situation when you're trying to retain a girl and attract her. It's only gonna help with your awareness. And as a guy in the toughest dating market in the city, I'm telling you guys, I'm literally telling you from experience, dude, from being in the field, we're going against what a lot of people say, but we're doing it out of the truth, out of wanting to help you guys. If you ever see me and French's post on X, it's not even always about like gimmicks or tricks or how you're gonna do this. It's more like, let's start with you, your congruency, your archetype, who you are, and how you display it so that you can attract the girls that want you, bro. So that you can be with the girls that's really fucking with that archetype. Guys, I've went on dates with girls where we just don't work. I'm not like I'm not her archetype. She might be looking for someone more I'm just not the guy for her. That's okay. I learned to accept that. That's okay. What I'm not gonna do is try to fucking become a magician and supplicate to what she wants. I'm like, oh well, I'm take it or leave it. That's it, baby girl. And if you don't like it, that's fine. Because then the next girl will. And that comes with the abundance mentality. Hey, there's another girl. And this is where you guys gotta stop getting stuck in how to like really mechanic yourself and micromanage is I think comes from a scarcity that every girl you meet, you've got to be with her. And it's just not that way. When you have abundance, bro, you're just like, all right, whatever. Next one. All right.
Also, another thing that is very key and that is parallel to what you're saying, a lot of guys, they overthink. The thing is, when it comes to game, there's two ways of approaching it. Either you can be a fucking steamroller where you outframe the person, i.e., basically you don't think so much about what's going on inside her head, but you assume that whatever you're doing is going to basically overwhelm whatever her reality is, that she falls within your reality. That's one way of doing things. Or the other way, which is more of the indirect way, which is where you are very focused on where her head's at, and you trying to convey the message on how to twist things in your favor from her lenses. So it's two different approach where one is inward seeking, the other one is outward outward revealing. What and the thing is, both have their issues. The first one, if you're a steamroller, you will lack calibration, but it will be compensated by other factors, confidence, irrational confidence. But on the other one, they'll basically be better with when it comes to calibration, but at the expense of not asserting yourself as much. Mm-hmm. So it really depends upon the character. But in both ways, you're gonna have problems in the sense of, let's say, if you're part of the second category where you actually try to gauge where her head's at in order for you to basically sneak in and make yourself look like the guy that she wants. First, it is a very, very subtle game where you have to not look as if you're trying, because then afterwards you're going to get found out and you're going to get fucked. Very subtle game. But you'll find guys that will overthink what the girls mean, what a girl says, where he stands, what medium of communication he's using. He will read so much into it that you will come across as insecure and validation seeking. And that's what you don't want. And on the other hand, you can be completely retarded by basically not considering where the girl's at in terms of her mindset, what she's looking for. And you by just steamrolling, you completely forget about, okay, well, hold on. What's my goal here? Am I here to basically make enemies or what? So it's always a fine balance to strike in between those two different approaches. And what happens is when you, as a guy, the more you go into the game mode, the more you learn into the tactics, what's going to happen is you're going to lose yourself in it, and you're going to have conflicting views, conflicting ideas that are going to completely flood your brain and give you that brain fog that's going to fuck your game up. And when we say less is more, it's about, okay, pick the right few things that basically works for you, make sure that they're coherent, and then readapt yourself to become that guy.
Exactly.
And that's it. And once you have that, you know that you'll be confident, you'll be secure, and as you said, you'll be fine letting go the girls that didn't vibe with you, because you already know that is a true you, because you've gone through the trials and tribulation of trying different things.
Facts. You don't give a fuck if that girl leaves. Who cares? It's the next one.
On to the next one.
On to the next one.
All the way up. All the way up. That's it. And you know, I think it was this morning. It came out for me. This morning it was very inspirational on Twitter. I don't know why. Some days, I wake up early in the morning and I'm like, whoa. And I think, what did I say? It was like, basically, once people understand that game is acting as if you don't care about a girl that is interested in you, you realize from a mindset, you'll have a mindset shift where you don't need to do as much as you think you do, because technically you're just replicating things that you don't care about the girl when you don't actually care about other girls that you're not dealing with. But the problem is that guys when a girl cares, start to be interested in them, they start caring because he has a vested interest in making
Mm-hmm.
it better. It's like, oh, I've got this girl, she likes me. You know what? Well, she was a 5, but now, yeah, she's a 6 or a 7. And now he starts to get interested. And when the woman gets interested, he starts acting the wrong way. And what
Yep.
game does is that basically it tells you to rewire yourself so that you don't fuck up as every time you do fuck up when you like a girl because you are invested and you care. And the moment you start caring is the moment you start fucking up, not fucking.
Facts. Stay on your purpose. Be on your mission. Become captivating, intriguing, interesting. Go to where you're celebrated, not tolerated. Outcome independent. Self amusement. And watch the world and the universe bring you everything that you ever wanted. It's been a pleasure talking to you, gentlemen, giving you guys the game for today, this Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I really want you guys to let these thoughts marinate in your head because this is going to make you not only a better player, but a better person. It's not only about women, it's about being a better person so that you can cure this pandemic of simps, nice guys, and people who supplicate to society. We want you to be your own true version of yourself, be congruent with your identity, be congruent with your beliefs, and roam the world like a caveman you were born to be without a care in the world. The 00Gs gave you the double O wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Thank you all for fucking joining us. It's been a blast.
All right. Perfect outro, 007. On me, I'll just say, please subscribe and like this video so hopefully we can actually reach out to more people. It's been a pleasure, sharing that with you, 007. And hopefully we'll have more of you joining in and asking questions so that we can actually create a bit more interaction with you viewers. And, because we appreciate engagement. And we're not
Yeah.
talking about engagement just on likes, but you move your thought process by actually interacting with people from different walks of life that have their own realm of experiences because there's so much experience and empirical evidence you have yourself as a known individual. So you're more than welcome and hope you enjoyed the show. Salute.
Salute.